Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday podcast with your host, Dr. Mary Segars. Happy summer. Can you believe it? We are in the full force of summertime, and we're going to talk about summer safety. But before that, you know the drill. Grab your coffee cup. Perhaps you want herbal tea. It's too hot for coffee. What about your water or perhaps orange juice? And join in on the conversation. In my beautiful Mother's Day cup, thanks to my daughter. Listen, I am so excited about summer. If you're like many of us here in the Midwest, we love all of our seasons, but it's something about summertime. And so we're here in the full force of summer. We want to do things that we can do that we couldn't do in the wintertime, go outside, enjoy the festivities. And so I want to talk about summer safety. And even before we get into that, I want to wish everyone a wonderful and safe 4th of July. Whether you're going to see fireworks in your city that you live in, or perhaps you're going to be doing the fireworks, just be safe and enjoy your family, enjoy time together, and of course, enjoy the food that you're going to be preparing for the 4th of July. So, with that, I would love to just talk about summer is a season of joy, adventure, and making memories with your loved ones. However, amidst the excitement and all the festivities, it's crucial to remember the importance of safety. Whether we're at home, perhaps we're out in our communities going to a concert, or perhaps you're visiting a museum or theater, or enjoying all the summer festivity that's available to us that we couldn't do in the wintertime. So, we're going to talk about some practical tips and thoughtful advice on how to have summer safety. And I'm going to share my screen with you at this time because it's the time that we want to just think about wearing light clothes. We have our sandals on. We have loose clothing that we can be able to enjoy the weather. So whether you're inside your house or you're going out, make sure we think about summer safety. I spoke with a friend of mine who also was a police officer, and he said a lot of times incidents and accidents happen because we don't pay attention to our environment, to our surroundings, and the things that we see before us. So we want to make sure that we pay attention, but still we can have fun, right? So the first one I want to talk about for summer safety is we're ready to go out and do some things that we couldn't do in the wintertime. And one of the things is go to the beach, go to the park, and just get out of the house, drive down to a nice place where you can enjoy the water and just be open and free to just enjoy the summer air. And so, because of that, swimming will be one of those things. Whether you're going to a community park that offers the swimming pool, you may have your own swimming pool in your backyard. Whatever it is, when we go swimming, make sure that we don't swim alone. Use the buddy system. Okay, I'm grown. I could do my own diving and swimming, but it's best to always have a partner with you so that if something happens, you could develop a cramp in your leg while you're swimming. You have another person that can at least help you throw out the lifeguard, and make sure you even put on your swimming safety vest. I know my nephew who's invited my husband and I several times last summer, and I hope this summer that on his boat. And many times he said, I'm an avid swimmer. My husband's an avid swimmer. I'm not so much. I like dipping in the water. But he said we must put on our safety vest when we go on the boat. And that's just using wisdom. That's just being smart as we enjoy the summer ride on the boat in the water. It was wonderful, but I felt so secure when I had that vest on. My husband felt secure when he had the vest on. Why? Because things happen. The water could be a lot of turbulence in the water, and if something happens and we have to you get overboard, we'll be able to have some type of safety mechanism. So just always remember, it's better to be safe than sorry. So swimming has been reported as the number one incident for summer accidents when people are drowning. I mean, people can swim very well. They might have had too much to drink, they went out in the water, and then they drowned. So we hear that every day on the news that someone drowned either at a community pool or a community park or even in their own backyard in their pool. So be careful. It's better to be, like I say, to be safe than to be sorry. So swimming is a great exercise. It's a great opportunity to get some good swimming lessons in there, but make sure that you do it safely. So always have a buddy when you go swimming. Now, the next one I want to talk about is safety in the home. I read some statistics that indicated that the number one accidents happen in our own very home. You wouldn't think that's possible, right? Because we're very familiar with our surroundings. This is our home. I know how many steps I need to go down. But a lot of times it's because we're on the phone. We didn't pay attention to that last step on the base going down to the basement. That just happened to a friend of mine. She was going down her stairs to her lower part of her house, and somehow she misstepped, and now she has a broken toe. So things happen in a very familiar places that we're in. And believe it or not, within your home, they said the bathroom is one of the most uh, places where accidents happen. In a tub, a slip and fall, sometimes it's falling off the toilet. I know that sounds hilarious, but the place that we are very familiar with are the places where we can have the most accidents. So do you have a plan of action in the event there's a fire in your home? I know my husband and I, and when my girls were younger, we did a drill. Probably need to do that again. But we had how we going to come down the stairs and go out the window if necessary, or go out the garage door or whatever. But you need to have a plan of action in the event that you need to escape when you're home in the event that a fire occurs, and things can happen. I was on a prayer line the other day, and one of the ladies said that a gentleman was in his house again, and he was poisoned by carbon monoxide. And so we have the alarm system, we have the smoking detectors. Make sure those things have accurate batteries so they can work properly the way they were designed. And this person lost his life, and they said it's a silent killer. And so the carbon monoxide can escape from your water tank. I mean, just make sure you do all those inspections. Like we prepare our home for the winter, make sure our furnace is operating. For the summer, make sure come have someone come in and inspect if your water tank is flowing out properly. Is everything, your air conditioning is working properly, so that we can be safe in our own home. You know, so many times you think it's going to happen somewhere else, at a concert or at out of town when you're on vacation. No, it can happen right the very place where we lay our heads and think this is our castle, our very home. So make sure you have a plan of action to be able to be safe in your own home. And okay, what about when you're out and about in the community, even at churches? You know, you've heard a lot of report on the news of as of late, people are going into the house of the Lord and trying to uh, hurt people there, the pastor and the congregants. So you want to pay attention. If perhaps you're in the theater or the movie, make sure you pay attention, even in the museum or some of the concerts I mentioned earlier. An incident happened in my local community not too long ago when they were at a um there were kids were playing like in a little swimming pool thing, and a person came and just started shooting up people and killed a couple of people, and then of course he killed himself. But the sheriff at the time said we need to be aware of our situation. He called it a situation awareness. When you go into a place in the public, do you have a plan of escape even in that? You know, oftentimes we go to a place and we don't even look at the exit signs if you need to be able to make a quick exit. And so he said, just be situational aware. And I thought I never heard that before. I know it could be self-aware and you know other awareness, but the situational awareness really brought my attention because we need to know in different situations, are we aware of how we can escape, how we can leave out safely, or help our family and loved ones to leave out safely if the need calls for that. So we need to make sure that we are alert that we watch and pray. That's what the Bible tells us to do. So as you're watching, you can always just see if something happened. Don't I'm not encouraging to be fearful, not at all. That's not what I'm suggesting. But we do need to be aware and keenly aware about things because we living in a different society now. You know, people hate themselves and want to hate others. So we don't know when you go into a public environment what's going to happen. But know this that you can have a plan B, a plan C, and in case something happens. My husband and I just went to New York and we prayed on our way to New York, prayed while we were in New York, and prayed on our way back. Why? Because we just don't know. Things happen. People have different ways of thinking of how to express themselves, and it may be shooting a gun in order to express themselves. We just don't know. But if you make sure that you have a plan for yourself to be safe and of your loved ones to be safe, not only in your own home, but when you're out and about in the communities, right? Because it's always better to be prepared and to be cautious, not to be afraid. Go out and enjoy the what summer has to offer. And I always want to say safety is first. Remember that. Have fun, but be safe. You know, when my grandson goes out, I always say, don't, uh, you use wisdom. You can't be with everybody and you can't be around everyone. So make sure that when you go out, that you know that you're safe, you yourself are safe, and you have a plan to make sure that if something happens, you'll be able to leave out safely. So many times we hear about, okay, I cannot leaving out for school or something and they never make it back. So we just got to be diligent about making sure that we provide safety for ourselves and safety for our loved ones. Talk to your children and your grandchildren about sometimes it's not good to be in a crowd all the time. I remember when my children were younger, we used to love going down to the fireworks. And then as they got older, they went by themselves with their friends. But just always be cautious and careful when you're out in a crowd because things happen. Other people may be drinking and they get angry with somebody and they just want to get angry at the world. So you just always want to try to use wisdom to make sure that you're safe wherever you go. And please go out to these places, go out to the park, go out to the concerts, go and just be safe. That's the only thing I can mention about the importance of being safe, safe, safe. I wanted to see if there's anyone on Facebook that wanted to add a comment or so. Let me see here. I enjoy listening to my audience as well because we want to be safe. We want to make sure that we enjoy next summer and the summer after that so that we can participate in all the activities that's available to us. So many times now families are having gatherings in their own home. So they have family members coming over instead of going to the public park. That's another choice you can do. But make sure that, you explain to your guests, this is a safe environment and we're going to have a safe time and we're going to have a good time. And so if you indicate that before, people will come prepared saying, I'm ready to have a good time and we're going to have a safe time while we're having a good time, right? So on the third Wednesday, which is July the 17th, I'm going to inform you that I'm going to have a guest on who will talk about gun safety. We hear so much about guns now, and children are finding guns in the home and how they're shooting themselves or killing themselves, and it just grieves my heart when I hear that. Now, it's our constitutional right to bear arms, but if you do have that responsibility, make sure you're safe, how to lock up the gun. So this gentleman not only teaches that, but he's going to come and share his wisdom about gun safety and that especially women, with women out and about is in the nighttime, how to be safe, how to make sure that you secure yourself. And so I know a lot of realtors have also been able to carry because of the safety and the job that they do. So I just want you to know that some people may be pro guns, some may not be anti guns, but the fact is, this is the society we live in. So I am going to have him as my guest. Like I said, he trains, he teaches gun safety, and he'll be offering a class if you want to partake of that. Not only that, the main thing is how to have gun safety among your children and among yourself. So be sure to tune in on that. On that's July the 17th, and you'll hear more information about that as we go ahead. So that was primary what I wanted to talk about. Summer safety is so important. And so that you can be safe, you can enjoy your summer without fear or danger, that you know that the angels are encamped around about you. That's a good thing. And not only that, that you are practicing safe protocols in your home, when you're out in the public, or when you're out in concerts and things like that. Because summertime is a time to do all those things that we want to do that we couldn't do in the wintertime, right? So be sure to join in and tune in. I'm open to your suggestions. I'm open to your comments so that we can be summer safe, and have that safety as a first thing on our minds. Have fun, but be safe. And with that, I'm going to conclude with that. I want to say that tomorrow is the 4th of July. We'll have family over celebrating that. And my husband's going to be barbecuing and we're going to have some fireworks, but we're going to use that safely. And just know that summer is awaiting us to have fun and summer is awaiting for us to be safe. So until next time, have a great day and be safe. Bye for now.